With everything that's going on in the world at the moment, there's obviously a lot of speculation about what we're going to do to resolve how to end the current football seasons. And of course, as a Football Manager content creator, the obvious thing to do is think, just run it in Football Manager. But just running it in Football Manager, that doesn't seem like that's labour intensive enough. So I had to do it another way. Rather than just running it in Football Manager, I thought, let's run it in every version of Football Manager that I own. So this video starts with Football Manager 2009, the earliest one that I've still got installed on my Steam. And over the course of the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be running this same simulation on every version of the game, all the way up to FM20, just seeing who would be champions in this world. So without further ado, let's get stuck into the game and have a look. I think this is 12 years in the future from FM09 to see who FM09 is going to award the Premier League title to, the Champions League. I don't know, were we still doing the Cup Winners' Cup back then? Probably not. But I imagine this is going to look like a very different world. So I haven't looked at this at all. We'll start off in England. We have to start in England. It's still the Coca-Cola Championship and the Blue Square Premier. But if we start off in the Premier Division, I guess we have to now jump back a season. Current holders are Arsenal. So there you go. There's your immediate confirmation as to who should win the 2019-2020 season. It's Arsenal. In fact, you're looking at a top four of Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle and Liverpool. Manchester City all the way down in 5th place. Villa, 7th. You shouldn't be getting relegated. Clearly, a 7th place finish for Villa. Tottenham in 8th, Man United in 9th. Portsmouth all the way up in 11th in the Premier League. 12th place Blackburn. Bristol City, a 14th place finish in the Premier League. And officially decided now, the teams that should be relegated from the Premier League this season: Leicester, West Ham, Fulham. We will have a look through at the past winners in a second, but I think what we need to do first of all is have a look at some of the other divisions and just see what the situation is in all the other divisions for this season. Then we'll have a little bit more of a dig into overall history. So the Championship, current holders Bolton. So Bolton and Bolton, Wolves and Sunderland. You're the ones who get promoted, according to FM09, to the Premier League this season. West Brom, Ipswich and Chelsea missing out in the playoffs. I'm looking for any major anomalies in here. I guess Bristol Rovers almost getting in the playoffs is quite a major anomaly. Blackpool back up in the Championship again. Birmingham, Southampton and Forest are the teams that should be relegated down to League One. Not a happy time for Southampton, it seems. You should be relegated all the way down to League One this season. Let's have a look at League One to see what's going on there. And again, I've holidayed slightly too far, clearly. So promoted from League One. Looks like Posh aren't going to be going up. That makes me sad. Aldershot going up as champions, with Northampton and Rochdale joining them in the playoffs. A playoffs that also included Crystal Palace, Huddersfield and Brighton, all failing in the League One playoffs and having to live another year down in the Coca-Cola League One in the 2020-21 season that's about to start. We're having a look through for any Chester up there in League One. Who else have we got? Cardiff and Burnley getting relegated down to League Two this season. And let's have a look at League Two as well, just to see what's going on down there. Swindon going up as champions. Watford. Congratulations, Watford fans. You're getting promoted to League One this season. Along with Notts County and Stockport as well. Bury still exist in this universe and finished 9th in League Two. I'm sure Bury fans would take a 9th place finish in League Two this season. I'm looking for any other massive fall in Premier League. So I guess Watford is quite a big deal being down in League Two. But the teams getting relegated down to the conference, Ebbsfleet and York. So we have to go and have a look at that conference. We're looking for any huge anomalies that we weren't expecting. Bournemouth in the conference. There you go. There's a huge anomaly that we were looking for. Of course, if you go back this far, Bournemouth were like a League Two team back then. And did narrowly miss out on, was it Bournemouth who narrowly missed out on getting relegated to non-league at one point? Or was that might have been the Swansea story? It might be both. Who knows? But Bournemouth, congratulations. You are getting promoted back into the Football League this season, according to this new official version of the 2019-2020 season. We don't seem to have anyone else particularly surprising in there. Rushden still existing, but getting relegated down to the National League North/South, or whatever they were called then. The Blue Square North, the Blue Square South. So this is what was going on at that level. Again, I'm looking for another Bournemouth. I want another huge surprise, but I think we've had our huge surprise. There's Kings Lynn, still with the old badge. This is before Kings Lynn went out of business. Lovely stuff. And then if we have a look at the Blue Square South as well, again, looking for anomalies. Wimbledon down in the Blue Square South. They'd be a little bit disappointed with that. I imagine Grays have had 10 points deducted. Do Grays even still exist? I've not noticed Grays in FM for a long time. St Albans at that level as well as a former non-league to legend team. Team Bath, Welling and Eastbourne all getting relegated. So let's jump back to the Premier League and we're going to have a look at past winners, which I've got to try and figure out how you do that on... There must be a way to just flick through past winners. History. I can't remember how to play FM09. It's been a while. So, starting the rewritten history from, I guess, the 2009 season, I don't know who won the titles in these leagues. What I am going to suggest, though, is Arsenal probably haven't won the league 6 times in the last 12 years. They have in this version of reality. So, Man United, Arsenal, 4 years of dominance. Newcastle winning the Premier League in 2014. Were Newcastle even in the Premier League in 2014? I'm not so sure. Man United, then Chelsea, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool. So Manchester City never winning the league. Manchester City, in fact, never even finishing in a top 3 in this version of reality. Newcastle kind of always there or thereabouts. They had a first, a second, a couple of thirds, but no sign of Man City at all. I'm not sure if there's likely to be any players that we'll have heard of still existing in this world, but I guess the way to do it is to have a look at who the Premier League top scorers were. So Carlos Tevez, Andrew Keogh, Wayne Rooney, Eduardo twice, Sylvani Banks-Blake, Fraser Campbell, Mark Lee I've not heard of. Is that what the new gen faces looked like 12 years ago? They're better than the current ones. How has that been a thing that's come to pass? Alan Smith, is that Alan Smith off of Leeds and Manchester United? Premier League top scorer 2017 for Bristol City. Fernando Torres for Liverpool in 2018. Andrew Connolly's going to be another regen. And Ryan Anderson, another regen. These were better faces. How have the faces declined in 12 years? I don't understand. Is there anything else that we could look at? That's top scorers. I guess player of the year. Is that going to be something that's on here? No, but highest average rating would be so Tevez, Rooney, Torres. Tevez is a Premier League legend, clearly, playing for Manchester United for a long, long time. Dean Ashton, the Premier League's best player in 2017, playing for Liverpool. He's now a youth coach at Bristol Rovers. What an alternate reality for Dean Ashton. Tevez again. I mean, what a career Carlos Tevez has had. 148 caps for Argentina, 70 goals. How do we look at his history? Where it's over here. So he went to Manchester United from West Ham after his one season at West Ham, went to Manchester United. He's been there ever since, and he scored a few goals for Manchester United in that time. Good work, Carlos Tevez, Manchester United legend. Right, let's have a look at some of the other leagues around the world as well to see who's dominating, because presumably this is a world where Paris Saint-Germain didn't get their gazillionaire takeover, or did that happen prior to 2009? Maybe it did, because they have won the league there. Lyon, Marseille, Monaco. Let's have a look at past winners. So Lyon dominating as they did in real life, in fact, and then Bordeaux, Saint-Etienne, more Lyon, Saint-Etienne again. Paris Saint-Germain winning it for the first time 2017, 2 more Lyon, and then Paris Saint-Germain. It's not quite the same looking team as the one they've got in real life. They don't have Mbappe, but they do have Gervinho in this version of reality. So who's the real winner here? I'll leave you to decide. So that's what's been going on in France. Let's have a look in Germany. Germany's current champions, Leverkusen. Where on earth are Bayern Munich? Bayern Munich finishing 10th in the German First Division, in the Bundesliga. That's a madness. Let's have a look at past winners. So Bayern did win it a couple of times. HSV, Bayern, Wolfsburg, Werder Bremen. Werder Bremen are the new kings of Germany, it seems. Leverkusen with a couple of wins as well. No wins in there for Dortmund, although they did get a second place on a couple of occasions. But that's Leverkusen fans. I imagine you're quite pleased with that as a result. Let's now go and have a look at Italy as well, see what's going on in Italy. So current Italian champions, AC Milan. Once again, if we have a look, past winners, lots of Inter, Roma, Milan. No Juventus. I mean, Juventus have won it twice. I'm assuming Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't play for them in this version of reality, but some fella called Ben Campbell does. So he's played 6 times for England, so I guess that's probably it. Freddie Adu is playing for Juventus, having played 105 times for the USA. He's been a star for Juventus for years. There you go. Who needs Cristiano Ronaldo? Juventus have Freddie Adu. My word. We haven't been to Spain yet, have we? We've got Scotland on here as well. I was very generous when I was putting this together. My word. So Rangers winning the Scottish Premier League, and I guess this is a world where Rangers didn't go out of business. So lots of Rangers dominance. Celtic only winning the Scottish Premier League 4 times in the last 12 years in this world. Hearts coming in with a win as well. Motherwell, Aberdeen, and Hearts kind of in there, perennially challenging, but it looks like a world that is run by Rangers up in Scotland. I'm looking for any ridiculous players that we might have heard of in the Rangers team. There doesn't look like there are any. And then let's have a look at Spain as well. So Spain, current holders, Real Madrid, Barcelona finishing 3rd in the current season, and it has been a league completely dominated by Real Madrid for a long, long time. Do they still have Ronaldo? He's not there. We're going to go and find him in a minute and see where he ended up. They do have Wesley Sneijder, though, in their team. They've still got Sergio Ramos. Iker Casillas still playing for Real Madrid regularly there. Barcelona, have they still got Messi? They don't. There's no Messi, but they have got Will Morgan. And look at his hair. That's lovely hair for Will Morgan. But no. Oh, no, they have still got Messi. He's there. So Messi, at age 33, stayed at Barcelona. Bit like real life. I mean, he's done all right, but I don't think he's scored quite as many goals as he has in reality, has he? So a world that didn't quite end the same way. The world hasn't ended. A world that didn't quite pan out the same way as it did in real life. We're going to try and find when and where Ronaldo went. We have to see what he's been up to. Surely it's going to be a big fee. What is that? Oh, that's next season. I was so confused. Why are we so far in the future? Then I realised that's literally next season, Kev. That's not that far in the future. We're hunting for Ronaldo, and we've not found him yet. Here, Mr. Ronaldo, where are you? I might have to just put him in the player search. He left early. He's not. Where did he go? I don't understand. Has he retired? Has he just been released? Was he not a big deal in this world? Ronaldo was a player we were all familiar with way back in 2009. Of that, I am sure. How do you search in this version? Oh, there, right. Ronaldo. Search. Cristiano Ronaldo is a 35-year-old winger for Manchester United. So he went back to Man United. He never left Man United. My word! In 2009, he hadn't even signed for Real Madrid. That's me not knowing my timelines properly. So he never left Man United. Well, there we have it. Cristiano Ronaldo still playing for Manchester United. Again, career didn't quite work out the same way. He had his one good season, but never made it past 20 goals again after that. But there you go. Ronaldo still at Manchester United. Right, let's have a look at the international stuff. So, World Cup winners. Current holders are Italy. If we have a look at past winners, so World Cups that have taken place in this timeline, France winning in 2010, Argentina in 2014, and Italy in 2018. No, England getting a decent run in that one, looks like. And the hosts of the next one are going to be the USA in 2022. And then if we have a look at the... I want to look at the Euros as well. European Championship holders, Italy again. Italy have had a nice time of it, it seems. Back-to-back winners of the Euros. England winning Euro 2012, held in Poland. That is, I mean, that there you go. England won something magical. And then Italy have just dominated world football for like the last 8 years, which I imagine they'll be quite happy with. Good work, Italy. And now let's have a look at the Champions League, which, what on earth is that going to be called? Europe Champions Cup. There we go. So current holders are Roma. So that's who we should expect to win the Champions League this season. If it had been completed, it would have been Roma winning it. And some of the other teams that have picked up wins, Barcelona, Zaragoza twice for them, Real Madrid, Milan, Valencia. Huge Spanish dominance, Milan, Arsenal. No Liverpool. No Liverpool in there at all. Liverpool fans will be sad. No final for Tottenham either. Much sadness all around for Liverpool and Tottenham fans. And then if we have a look at we have the Euro Vase. What is the Euro Vase? I don't understand. Did we have an extra cup back then? So holders of this are Palermo, past winners of what I guess is the Europa League, or what became the Europa League. Barcelona, Milan, Man City did actually win something. There you go. Congratulations, Manchester City. You did win something in this timeline. That's it, though. You won one Europa League. And then what on earth is the Euro? So you're going to have to let me know down in the comments what the Euro Vase is. Is this the European Super Cup, do we think? It might be the European Super Cup. We don't seem to have any details of it. So that's maybe what that... Although that's the European Super Cup. I don't know what the Euro Vase is. And apparently there's no past winners either. So... Unless this was the Cup Winners' Cup and it just stopped. And it happened... Was 2009 the final year of that? And then it just stopped? That would make sense, I guess. Is there a way to see the Ballon d'Or and stuff like that in this? I don't remember from way back when. Here we go. So, Ballon d'Or winners. Your best players in the world. Messi, Ronaldo, Kaká, Wagner Love, Carlos Tevez, Lionel Messi, Pato, Sergio Aguero, Fernando Torres. He's had an interesting career. Seemed to do quite well at Liverpool. Just like in real life. Imagine if he'd have had that Liverpool career in real life. And then Andrew Connolly of Portsmouth has just won World Player of the Year. Portsmouth fans, you have a player who's still playing for you and has just won World Player of the Year. That's madness. How, why, where did you finished fourth? So Portsmouth finished 14th in the Premier League, but have a player who's won World Player of the Year. I would expect him to probably be leaving the club this summer. That would be my wild prediction that I'll throw out there. He's earning a massive £48,500 a week. How much is someone like Messi earning? Because that's an interesting thing to look at. What did the past think? Play 150 grand a week. So still a lot of money, but not... I mean, you could get him on a £113 million release clause. I'm interested. I'm very interested. Well, there you have it. That is... the end of the current season, according to Football Manager 2009. Arsenal are champions, Roma win the Champions League, and Portsmouth have got the World Player of the Year playing for them and are back in the Premier League. What a world to live in. Keep an eye out on the channel for in a couple of days' time. I've got to reinstall it and do the holidaying, so it won't be immediate, but I'll do the same thing with FM 2010 and so on, and we'll try and come to some kind of consensus as to who should actually be declared champions at the end of this season if we don't play out the rest of it. One vote for Arsenal so far. I don't think it's going to be Arsenal every time. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos and, of course, to find out how this story ends. And thank you very much for watching.